And we're back. We're a little late this week because of all the fireworks yesterday for the 4th of July.
Yeah, man.
But we still had some things to talk about.
Yeah. Wait. How was your 4th of July?
It was good.
Yeah.
Did some fireworks in the neighborhood. The cops didn't get called or anything, so it's always good.
Did they last year?
No.
So you're good.
Not really. I think they stopped by and said hi, but...
Redondo Beach had good fireworks. Last year they did a drone show, which was like cool, but not cool for 4th of July. So
yeah.
So they had fireworks this year, so that was cool.
They let you use real fireworks out there. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Kills the dolphins. So yeah, a couple of things we want to talk about today. Some Tesla news. Like now they're offering 3 free months of supercharging if you take delivery by August. That's pretty sweet deal. You do a lot of driving, and it's gonna help me out because I'm taking delivery next week of a new Model 3 Performance Ludicrous.
Woo! Is it called Ludicrous?
Yeah, I mean not really.
I thought they called it something different.
Yeah, it's called the Highland model, the new Model 3.
It's a rename.
The new refresh, and they said it's not called Highland, but it's all over it. But, it's basically a big refresh. So, mine's not that old, but there was a lot of nice little changes there.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that we've talked about, right?
Yeah.
Are definitely the 0 to 60. It's definitely faster.
Yeah.
It sounds like it continuously pulls, like the power. So there's a higher, longer power band, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the suspension, which is key.
Active suspension.
Oh, I love that. And then the seats have been changed. That's something I've always I like the seats in my car, but I wish I had I want full on racing.
These are
racing seats.
Yeah, like the Recaros. These are sport seats. Now, some say they're not as comfortable as the old seats, which are really comfortable, but you kind of slide around a little bit in them.
You mean in the current model?
Yeah, the current model.
Yeah, I like the ones that they hold you in.
Yeah.
And then I do like that feeling of really tight suspension.
Yeah.
I had that in the 911. What's the Corvette like though?
It's kind of in the middle. It's like I don't have active suspension on the C8. So it's kind of like it's not super rough, but it's not super soft either. But the new double wishbone suspension on the C8 takes bumps really way easier than before when I had leaf springs and stuff, and way easier than the 911 too.
The car out of the box, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Corvette.
Yeah.
Performs well on the track too.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't have the Z51 track pack, but it definitely would perform just fine. You could take the non Z51 too, but the new Model 3 Performance is a 10-second car. I'll do the quarter mile in under 11 seconds.
Oh, that's
crazy. Crazy. And the 0 to 60 is 2.7 with 1 foot rollout, like all the magazines advertise. So it's really close to a Z06 Corvette. At that point, it's crazy. I just had to do the upgrade at this point. So. You will too.
It's killing me not to get one, but I lost money.
Well, cars are not investments. They always lose money.
Unless you buy a 911.
Yeah, it's true. You buy one sell it during COVID, you can make some money.
True.
All right, so yeah, Tesla stock's going up, and their deliveries were ahead of estimates. So the whole EV slowdown is not what people were thinking it was. That people are still wanting to buy them.
Yeah, and I read that the Model Y is the number 1 car sold in the world. I could be wrong about this. The world.
Yeah, in the world, last quarter, I think last year, 2023 complete, it was the largest selling vehicle. So that says something right there.
Yeah, in all countries. That's crazy.
And my neighbors are getting them. I see more and more in the neighborhood here. So I think they're not having any problem selling them.
Yeah, I mean it's my wife wanted one, and I talked her into the Model 3 Performance.
Yeah.
Along with your help.
Yeah.
She wanted one really badly. A couple people here have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a popular car. I see them everywhere.
For sure. Oh, that's good and bad, but yeah, we like them. So, all right. So back to Wi-Fi stuff. Now, I we talked a couple weeks ago. I got the multi-link working on my Windows 11 laptop here. Now I have the Insider Preview, which I still think that you need to have running. Right? Anyone can request it, and it works fine. The Insider Preview, I haven't had it crash or anything. Like it just gives you it puts you in a channel where you're getting like more recent updates.
Yep.
And you obviously need a Wi-Fi 7 adapter, like the BE200 Intel card. And now we're seeing, like in the EnGenius cloud and the Ruckus cloud, you can see that there's multi-link enabled.
I only heard EnGenius Cloud,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
Okay, so multi-link's enabled. So I'm connecting on 5 and 6 gigahertz with my laptop, and now we're seeing on the EnGenius app, you can see basically that my laptop's connected on 2 different bands here, right?
Yep.
Now I'm showing the MLD icon there. We think that means multi-link device.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a multi-link device.
And it looks like it assigns like a virtual MAC address, or could actually be, yeah, it could. I'm not sure, but because the actual Wi-Fi adapter has a fixed MAC address, right? It has one MAC address. I don't think it has one for each band like this. I think it's just like assigning them.
And not to go into great depth on this,
Yeah.
but it does show, like if I'm looking at it right now, it shows that you're on 6 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz, but on the 5 gigahertz,
Signal's low.
yeah, signal's really low, which is weird because you're close by it.
Yeah, let me take a look
But you're
at
at
the
like
diagnostics here.
4 gig rate, right?
Yep.
On 6 and like 1 meg on the 5.
Yep.
But there are some. I think it's just reporting activity. I don't think it's necessarily you have activity on there, but.
Yeah.
So I don't
right
know if it's
now,
actually using. Go ahead.
Yeah. So right now it's saying I'm on 5 gigahertz channel 40 connected at 4308 megabits per second, and then 6 gigahertz channel 165 at 4323 megabits per second. So it's definitely at multi-link. And the physical MAC address, let's look at this real quick again. So I see where it's getting this from. Yeah, so my physical MAC address is the B9, 54.B9. No one copy that, okay? Like, I know everyone like scribbles those out. Like, somebody's gonna copy my MAC address. I don't really care.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, you can have it.
Yeah, but you can also uncheck that so it's not visible.
It's not visible. Okay. So it's creating those virtual MAC addresses, I think, for the different bands, and it probably did that all along for for the different bands. But now it's combining those together, and I was doing some speed testing, and like we said, it's definitely faster. It's not double the speed, but it's more. I would say it like gives you like another 50%. It gives you the bandwidth of one band, maybe 50% of the other, but then it's also more reliable too, as far as it's maintaining both of those connections at the same time. If one drops, it's going to immediately send the packets through the other, right? Like
yeah, that's the most important takeaway for that. I mean, a lot of people love to talk about speed and things like that, but yeah, I think it's more around like the reliability of that connection.
Sure.
So
for sure,
which is nice.
So multi-link's working. It's showing in the cloud and on the app now. And we wanted to ask if anyone has like a Samsung Galaxy device that has Wi-Fi 7 and you're using the EnGenius Cloud, do you see multi-link active on those devices too? Because early on, I don't think those were showing active either. And it depends on the operating system of the device, right?
Yeah. If they have it enabled or not.
And I know some of there was like some going back and forth. Some of the Galaxies had Wi-Fi 7, but it wasn't enabled. So they're really only 6E. So now maybe they've pushed some updates. So if anyone else sees that MLD show up, let us know in the comments so we can have some other devices to test with. I might have to go out and pick one up too, and try myself. All right, so the last thing we wanted to talk about today is the new pricing, new aggressive pricing, right, with great margin.
Yeah, we did a major price refresh. We did one, and then we looked at the whole cloud line, the EnGenius cloud line, and said, okay, let's look at all their access points, all of our switches, and do we need to do like a refresh, right? So we did a major refresh across like all the SKUs, so including APs and switches. So what we wanted to do is make sure our partners had the ability to sell quickly within, with their customers and be aggressive with their customers and win deals, but also support them on the back end with margin. So you're able to sell at that better price, a much better price, a very aggressive price in the market, but also still have really good margins. So that's, there's a balance there. We could be like the super cheap, be the cheapest, and then you don't get any margins, and that's what like other vendors will do.
Yeah.
And a lot of the vendors that are out there sell direct, right? So they don't even provide
support of any type.
They don't provide any margin whatsoever.
Right.
And they don't really have a channel set up, whereas EnGenius has a channel set up. We work with distribution like yourself, and then we work with like our partners, right? And then we even help on the design side too. Like, so we help our partners with their end users. Whereas, like, I don't think you can do that with a lot of companies that, you have this really aggressive pricing along with this margin and the support that we provide. And we have 5-year warranty on all the cloud hardware as well. So
right, 5-year warranty and free to use cloud. Like you said, there's the pricing set, so there's plenty of margin still for everyone, and we help with the design. Like we can do heat mapping. If you have questions, we can suggest the right equipment. We're not just like an e-commerce site that just like sells and can't answer any questions about the products, right?
Oh no, I mean, you've been doing it for what, 20 some years, right?
So we can definitely add value in the process too, and help out the partners and the end users.
But to give like some examples, right? Like so like a 2x2 Wi-Fi 6 cloud managed access point, the MSRP is $199, right? A 4x4, to give you some idea, is $249. That's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And then like Wi-Fi 7, which we were just talking about, a 2x2 is $299. The 4x4 is $499. And then on the switching side, I think you and I are the most excited about the 10 gigabit switching, right?
Yeah.
Which is 8-port PoE++ switch. It's $549.
Yeah. So I mean that's lower. That's a lower price than the 24-port 1 gigabit PoE switch was previously. So we think that with Wi-Fi 7, you're going to need PoE++ and 10 gigabit for a lot of the installs. So having that aggressive price on this switch is important.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, even with the multi-gig 24, multi-gig 48 port, you're talking about the 24 port, which is not PoE++, it's right. PoE+.
Yeah.
But multi-gig is $499 now, and then the 48 port multi-gig PoE+ is $699.
So yeah, we should be able to sell a lot more. Be able to close deals a lot easier now with same like high quality product.
Exactly. Along with the 5-year and then the tech support as well.
Yep. So yeah, I mean the 5-year warranty is key because I know for a while it was tough to do that. But that's the life cycle of the network pretty much, right? So if you have that 5-year warranty, you're gonna get a replacement for as long as that network equipment's really viable. And then after that, you're gonna want to do a probably full refresh anyway.
Right, exactly.
So
and that's a good selling point for like our partners is that you have a 5-year warranty. Specifically on the AP side, you're going to do a refresh.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
But it depends on kind of like the industry. Some are faster than others. Some are like, oh, I can do a refresh in 2 years. Some say they do a refresh in 5 years. Some go beyond that. But when you go beyond 5 years, you're kind of like getting into, like the performance of the network. You're struggling at that point. Your
Yeah,
customer's struggling.
exactly.
So,
Because we see
so
internet speeds keep increasing. And I mean, switch life cycle is a little longer, maybe 7 years at some points, but still
yeah,
that 5 year warranty is going to really help close the deal. Use that to close the deal
yeah,
for sure.
yep.
All right, Brian. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that was it.
All right, that's good for today. Hey, everyone. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have a long weekend, but we're still here selling if anybody needs anything, and we'll be back next.